Hey there, my name is Myles Walsh, and today I'm going to walk through a presentation I gave to a group of small businesses. I was asked, what is one tip, one tactic that I would recommend to small businesses to increase their sales and revenue? Now, this one tip would to apply to any industry, regardless of their location or industry. So, in my experience working in marketing for the last 15 years, working with over 16 different industries, this is one quick win that I've found to apply in 9 out of 10 businesses. And this one change, and we'll go through these stats to back this, back what I'm saying here, research that's been done to increase revenue. I apologize for the glare in my glasses. It is nighttime here, and when you look at the computer as much as I do, you need some blue light blocking glasses. All right, so how to stop losing customers to your competition. In this presentation, you'll learn why speed to lead is costing you money and one change you can make to fix it today. So before we dive in, a full disclaimer, I provide a service, a software as a service platform. It's a toolkit for small businesses that this is one of the problems that we solve. And at the end of this video, I will give you a way to try it out risk-free for 30 days. In fact, it'll cost you $10 and you'll get to try it out risk-free. Know that the stats that I'm sharing with you are based on research that will definitely give you a lift in your sales, regardless of if you use my software or not. All right, let's dive in. So, did you know that the average response time for a website leads is 17 hours, right? But you think about the last time you reached out to a website, you know, you don't expect a reply immediately. Here's the thing, is after 5 minutes pass, the odds of connecting and qualifying with a lead drops by 80%. And this is the concept of speed to lead, is how quickly does it take you to respond to a lead that's inquiring or asking, right? And it matters a lot. With modern buyers having more information than ever before, your speed allows you to differentiate from the competition and build relationships faster with potential customers. Not to mention that in today's hyper competitive landscape, the time it takes you to reply makes a big difference in your buyers, rating your company, right? So if you're not convinced, let's take a look at some stats that have been prepared by research organizations as well as HubSpot. So we looked at this one already. After 5 minutes, the odds of connecting and qualifying drop by 80%. 55% of companies take longer than 5 days to respond to a new lead. So half of these companies are taking longer than 5 days, and 12% don't even follow up at all. 50% of leads will work with the organization that contacts them first. Let that sink in. Think about the last time you reached out to a business. The one that reached out first has the advantage. 4, organizations that contact a lead within the first hour are 7 times more likely to qualify the prospect than an organization that responds in 2 hours. So trend here, the faster you reply, the better. And we'll talk about the solution to this here in a second. The list goes on here. So I won't read these out, but you can see speed to lead is incredibly important. And responding within the first 5 minutes increases conversions by 391%. I'll let you read the other ones here. We get the idea. So how would you rate your follow-up, right? When someone contacts your business, how quickly does it take your team to reply? Does your team follow up with new leads within 5 minutes? Do you have a way to see if that's happening, right? Do you have that kind of visibility? Do you have an auto text message that goes out to missed calls? See, these 3 things are critical. And the thing is that it's not easy. There are a ton of things going on in a small business, and managing these things is not easy to do. Not to mention that there are a ton of different channels that someone can reach you, right? They could reach you through your website chat, through Instagram DM, through a Facebook, through your email, or a text message, or a Facebook Messenger, or Google My Business, or even pick up the phone and call. There are a ton of different channels to keep track of, and all of these have their own separate inboxes to check, right? So if someone messages you, getting back to them within 5 minutes is very difficult. And it can sometimes feel like you're going nuts trying to bounce between all of these different platforms to make sure that every every prospect or every customer is getting a reply in a fast manner. So part of the solution I mentioned is bringing all of these inboxes, all of these chat, inboxes into one place. Whether that's your text message, whether they come in through your website, whether they message your page on Facebook or DM you on Instagram or make a phone call, bringing all this into one central inbox is part of the solution that my software provides. But the point of this is your speed to call. So getting all this stuff into one place is step one, right? Getting into a place where you're not logging into 15 different platforms to check messages, right? It's just not feasible to do that. So that's step one, get everything into one place. And so how does our solution stack up? Well, let me ask, what would it do for your business if you knew that every lead got a reply within 30 seconds of reaching out to you? Going back to the stat earlier, responding to a lead within the first minute increases conversion by 391%. So you can do this using automation and artificial intelligence. And I know that sounds like a lot, but believe me, this solution does not require any technical knowledge whatsoever. It allows you to follow up across multiple channels, right? Multiple inboxes, and allows you to do it on autopilot. So this is an example follow-up sequence from a new lead that comes in regardless of their channel. If they come in through Facebook, if they come in through a form on your website, let's say they're a new lead requesting some information. Within the first 10 seconds, right, we can have an automatic text message that goes out that says, hey Bob, thanks for reaching out to us. Here's the information you requested. Feel free to reply if you have any questions, right? They'll also receive an email. Here's your download, or here's your free guide. I'm here if you have any questions, right? And then we can also have the system call one of your sales team, someone on your sales team, right? And the inbound call will happen, and it'll ring the phone number of the sales rep, and it'll say, you have an inbound lead. Bob Jones is calling from the website. And press 1 to enter, or press 1 to answer. And so the sales rep can press 1, and as soon as he hits 1, our system will connect both of the calls to one call, right? So within minutes of filling out a form on the website, requesting more information, he's now in a phone call conversation with someone on your sales team. Now, let's say let's say that the sales rep was busy, or maybe it was after hours. We can have an automatic voicemail that goes out first thing in the morning the next day. And it's called a voicemail drop. And so the way it works is a voicemail notification pops up on their phone, and you can record a pre-recorded voicemail, right? You can say, hey, thanks for downloading our free guide on how to do XYZ. My name is Bill. I'm following up. Wanted to make sure you got the free guide okay, and wanted to let you know you can reach out to me if you have any questions, right? So you get the idea. This can go on day 2, day 5, and you can use multiple channels. You can add Facebook DM to this. You could add, Facebook Messenger. So you get the idea. Automated follow-up. So the old way, right? Manual follow-up that takes a lot of time, right? You kind of almost need a dedicated person to monitor all of these different platforms to make sure that customer support, to make sure that new leads and prospects are getting the attention that they deserve. And difficult to keep track of messages and conversations across all these different places, which results in a speed to lead. And the average response time for website visitors is 17 hours, right? And there's a reason why it's so long. And you're losing customers because if a competitor followed up first, then half of your leads will go to the person who follows up first. And there's no system for keeping track of who to follow up with, right? And when to do that. And the old way, there's no visibility into what's going on, into what's, might have fallen through the cracks. You got so many leads come in, it's a busy day, a new day rolls around, it's hard to keep track of who might need to be followed up with. And it's also unclear what marketing activity is leading to revenue, right? So that's like once you have a centralized inbox, as we'll look at in the new way, you can track, okay, phone calls from, Facebook are actually turning into more customers, for example. All right, so the new way, you have peace of mind knowing that 100% of your leads are getting a reply within 30 seconds. Even missed calls You can have a text that goes out to anyone who calls you where you missed their call, right? You can't answer 100% of the time. And for those times that you miss it, they get a text message. Hey, thanks for reaching out to us. Sorry we missed your call. How can we help? Right? And they can, right there, they can reply via text, and your team gets a notification. And the new way of doing it is you can respond to the lead in multiple channels, right? So some people prefer Facebook Messenger. Others might prefer email. Whether they prefer email or whatever channel they prefer to use, or texting, via SMS, they can choose what's most convenient to them, and you can reply from your central inbox. You can manage all your messages from one place, and you'll know you'll 100% coverage. There'll be no missed leads, and everyone gets a follow-up. You can keep leads and tasks organized in one place, and you have visibility into the activity. So you can answer the question of, hey, is everyone being followed up with? Let's take a look, right? And you can also see what lead sources are turning into revenue. So our system will track, where the leads are coming from, whether that's your website, whether it's from an ad, whether it's from Facebook or Instagram, and it'll link that to the revenue, the closed-won revenue in your business. So you can actually decide where to invest more resources and money into. All right, so that's the new way of doing it. I hope this was compelling. On the next slide, I'm going to make you an offer. As I mentioned, I do provide a service, a software as a service that fixes this problem, as well as a few other problems that local small businesses face. So if you'd like to put your follow-up on autopilot and ensure and get the peace of mind knowing that every lead is being followed up with, and everyone's getting, a follow-up reply within seconds of their inquiry, we have a way you can try it out for 30 days, 100% risk-free, right? And so the way it works is our team will integrate with your existing tools. We'll build out all the follow-up automations customized for your business, in your industry. And we'll train your team on how to use the system and how to modify things and update and use the tool without us. And there's absolutely no technical experience required. So if you'd like to sign up for a 30-day risk-free trial, go to tryleadmaven.com/speed. And for a limited time, we are running a special offer where not only will we set up all of your tech, all the automations, integrate with, the tools that you currently use and train your team, but we will also give you our proven follow-up automation campaigns that we've been using to increase sales, to increase engagement, to start conversations on autopilot so that your team, instead of spending time doing outbound, they can spend more time fielding the inbound of replies to all of the new leads. We'll also get your speed to lead less than 10 seconds. And even for missed calls, you'll know that everyone that calls, everyone that texts, anyone that messages will get a reply within 10 seconds. So think about that, what that will do for your business in terms of conversion rate and the stats that we talked about earlier. And we'll also give you our Google review campaign for absolutely no cost. So we'll install this in your account, and what it'll do is it'll help you get 4 and 5-star reviews from your new customers and your past customers completely on autopilot. Nearly every business that I've worked with, they have a list of past customers, right? Happy past customers. And so what this campaign will do is it'll ask for feedback. And for all of those who give either a 4 or 5-star rating, we'll actually give them a one-click link to post that review on Google. Now, anyone who rates less than 4 stars, right? If it's 1, 2, or 3-star rating, then that feedback goes to your team, and we create a task for someone to follow up with them, right? So those don't get posted publicly, but you still get that feedback to make improvements in your company. All right, thanks for watching. I hope this was helpful. If you'd like to give it a try, again, you go to tryleadmaven.com/speed. You can try it risk-free. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.